Hello, and welcome to the City of Rollingwood's virtual birthday party. Before we get started, I wanted to share a couple reminders. This virtual event is being recorded and will be posted online at rollingwoodtexas.gov. Feel free to share it with your friends and your neighbors. Also, don't worry, we can't see or hear you. Audio and video will be limited to the presentation. Lastly, we encourage all of our attendees to join us in the chat and share some of your favorite things about Rollingwood. Thank you, and without further ado, here's Mayor Dyson.
Good evening, and welcome to the City of Rollingwood's virtual birthday party. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the 65th year since the city was incorporated and the incredible community it has become thanks to residents like you. This is a much different celebration than we had hoped for when we started talking about a birthday event at the beginning of 2020. It's been a difficult year. We've faced some challenges, but we are so glad to be able to come together virtually at this time. Although we can't be together in person, we wanted to create an opportunity to gather and celebrate our community. You are all what makes Rollingwood such a special place to live, work, and visit. From the folks who call Rollingwood home, whether you've lived here for 1 year or for decades, to our incredible city staff and the individuals working at our local businesses, our neighbors and friends are the greatest asset of this community, which I'm so proud to call home and to serve as your mayor. In that spirit, and in this holiday season, I'm excited to spend this time together tonight to briefly reflect on the history of Rollingwood and to celebrate the 65th birthday of our city with some special performances from local musicians, and to honor just a few of our amazing community members with the inaugural Spirit of Rollingwood Citizenship Awards. We have a few special guests who will also be making remarks, but first, let's enjoy a performance from Rollingwood resident musician David Raymond.
Okay, Rollingwood, this is Dave Raymond on Timberline. Happy birthday. This is a song I wrote a few years ago called Up All Night. It's about having kids. I think a lot of people can relate to it. In our darkened neighborhood on down Gate Street, there's one with all the lights on and no one there to sleep. Even though their bones ache and their eyes are red and dry, if you let this moment get away, you may not be back high. Up all night, there's no time to lay around in our bed. Up all night. Sewn on smiling faces and fuzzy knitted brows. We listen to the radio, play some forgotten tunes, and talk of all the places we'll go underneath the moon. Up all night, there's no time to lay around in our bed. Up all night, 'cause we know that we sleep when we're dead. Up in the heavens shining bright, looking like a carousel of circus animals in flight. As they twist and turn above our heads, it may seem we may never sleep again, except only in our dreams. Up all night, there's no time to lay around in our bed. Up all night. This is a song called Zombie Boys by Kevin Kirby. Is a good friend of mine. Last call, y'all. Another night dead and gone. Get up, get out. You can't stay here, so move along. So we walk these deadly streets, anything to avoid the sheets and the dreams that come with sleep. Zombie boy. Here comes that sting when you finally realize you've been sucking lime and pouring salt in your eyes. So we drink until we're dead, anything to stay out of bed, and thereby staying out of our heads. Zombie boys. And a spark could light ignition on a pile of all our bad decisions, headed for that big collision. Here comes that girl that we never really could talk to. She wants to know what her friend said could be true. No idea what she's talking about. All we know is we gotta get out, for this conversation turns to shouts. Zombie boys. And a spark could light ignition on a pile of all our bad decisions, headed for that big collision. Zombie boy. 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 Happy birthday, Rollingwood.
Wow, what a performance. Thank you very much, David. We're very lucky to have you as part of our community. Speaking of lucky, let's talk about Rollingwood and how lucky we are to be celebrating 65 wonderful years with you all tonight. While a traditional milestone birthday like this might include retirement jokes and a nod to the early bird special, Rollingwood is still very much in its prime. Over the years, we've grown leaps and bounds and have much to celebrate and many to thank. Our history is rich and colorful, and a product of tremendous volunteerism, community collaboration, and tight-knit relationships. I'd like to highlight a few of those big moments with you all tonight. A special thanks to our city historian, Shanti, for helping weave together this beautiful timeline and tracking down all the fun photos. Which, if you have any personal photos that should have been included in our historic timeline, please send them to our city administrator, Amber Lewis, so we can remember more fully all those who have been a part of our great city and our wonderful history. Well, to kick things off, no history of Rollingwood is complete without mention of a few prominent luminaries who, through their vision, creativity, and hard work, carved out this present-day thriving community from what was once a ranch. In 1946, George B. Hatley and A. B. Hatley purchased 300 acres of the Delana Ranch west of Austin. They proceeded to build a residential community that became known as Rollingwood, and by 1955, there were 28 homes in what is now a 1 square mile city with 500 homes. In 1955, residents voted in favor of incorporating the village of Rollingwood. In an election on October 1st, 1955, Frank L. Schofield was elected the first mayor of Rollingwood with 5 aldermen, all of whom served without pay. L.T. Gunn was the first marshal and was paid $30 and given a whistle, but expected to use his own car to patrol the city. Our mayor and council members still serve as volunteers, but we have had a fully staffed police force with 24-hour surveillance since 1984. The Rollingwood Women's Club has been a partner in the city's growth since 1958. It was founded to promote the welfare of residents, to encourage beautification of the city, and to work with the mayor and council on projects benefiting the community. Over the last 62 years, the club has sponsored events like the 4th of July parade and celebrations, and a 5K race every spring, both of which serve to unite the community while raising funds to beautify our shared spaces, both at City Hall and at the park. Many club members have served on the city council, our boards and commissions, and Roxanne McKee became the second woman mayor in the city in 2016. The Bee Cave Road commercial corridor dates back to approximately 1966, when Roy Kovar first bought the Texaco station after selling the nearby Circle B riding stables. Mr. Kovar is quoted as claiming that when he bought the station, he had to wait an hour or two for the first car to come by, and he would only serve 10 to 12 cars in a day with 1 employee. The store also served as the Rollingwood Civic Center. It housed the city's only fire truck for 10 years, and it is also where the city's lone trash collector, Mr. Durbin, would take his calls. Another turning point in city history was the inauguration of a brand new city hall on November 23, 1975, by the very first woman mayor, Helen Shaw. Prior to this, all meetings of the council were conducted in private homes, local offices, or at the Optimist Club building. From 1958 to 1975, all city bookkeeping, water billings, traffic tickets, and other business was conducted out of a private home on Gentry. Construction was completed, and all costs were paid from savings and donations from organizations like the Rollingwood Women's Club, the Volunteer Fire Department, and private residents. One of Rollingwood's greatest assets is Hatley Park. It was once a large quarry, until the Optimist Club proceeded to fill, level, and dedicate a large ball field to the town's young athletes. An old concession stand building was replaced to create the Doyle Moore Fieldhouse with updated amenities. There was a large archway inscribed with George B. Hatley's name until 1977. One of the most significant changes to the city followed the installation of a modern sewer system in 2002. This was a critical first step in modernizing the Rollingwood we know today. As a city, we have grown and changed considerably. What still permeates and continues to inform our growth, however, is the endearing and enduring spirit of volunteerism and the community can-do attitude that we bring to any and all challenges. You are all continually stepping up to the plate to solve our city's problems, and we are in a much better spot because of that spirited involvement. Thank you. While this isn't a traditional birthday party, we wanted to have a traditional birthday moment, complete with cake, candles, and a wish for the next 65 years. I hope you were all able to pick up your buntlets from Nothing Bundt Cakes. Now's the time to bring those sweet treats out and light a candle if you have one handy. To mark this moment, we're playing a special rendition of Happy Birthday, brought to you by the next generation of Rollingwood community members. This will be followed by a version sung by 2 additional Rollingwood musicians, Phil Hurley and fiancée Carrie Kaler, our city's Director of Development.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rollingwood. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rollingwood.
Hey everyone! Happy birthday, City of Rollingwood.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rollingwood. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, I sure love those sweet voices. Thank you to the kiddos who sang, and thank you to the parents for sharing your kiddos with us. Thank you to Carrie and Phil. We are so blessed to have your talents in our community, and I look forward to hearing from you two again soon. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm personally feeling so grateful to be part of this community. In the 4 years I've been with the city, I can think of so many moments where I was able to see the community come together. The people really are what makes Rollingwood so special. And this year in particular, our residents really have risen to meet the challenges of 2020. The mayor first approached me in April with the idea of creating the Spirit of Rollingwood Citizenship Awards as a way to honor the residents who truly embody the spirit of our community and have made a difference in the lives of others during this difficult year. Our community is unique, and the boundaries that bond us have drawn us even closer this year. While the COVID-19 pandemic has created unprecedented circumstances, there are a number of stories and good deeds across multiple generations that have become bright spots in our community. With those bright spots in mind, I'll turn it back over to the mayor to recognize our award winners.
Thank you, Amber. As Amber mentioned, we created the Spirit of Rollingwood Citizenship Awards to honor those who have demonstrated what it means to be an outstanding Rollingwood resident by supporting their neighbors, whether in small or big ways. I feel like every week I've directly seen someone go above and beyond to help others this year. It's been inspiring to hear stories of even more good works when talking to neighbors and friends. We have just a handful of people who are officially nominated and will be recognized tonight. But I know there are many more of you who have been working behind the scenes and making a difference for their fellow community members this year. You all know who you are, and to all of you, I want to say a sincere thank you. Now, without further ado, I'm honored to present the inaugural Spirit of Rollingwood Citizenship Awards. Our first award goes to Sivagami Nadasan. For years, Sivagami has been welcoming neighbors to Rollingwood with fresh-baked cakes and other treats, introducing families to her culture through food and hospitality. In 2020, she showed even greater levels of kindness and generosity by preparing meals for elderly residents who were experiencing challenges due to the pandemic, sharing a note of blessings and well-wishings with every meal. Congratulations, Sivagami, and thank you for all you do for Rollingwood. Our second award goes to Ryan Clinton. Even as a newer resident to Rollingwood, he has demonstrated dedication and hard work to ensure all neighbors have a voice in city's process. Especially during the pandemic, his efforts to bring people together and encourage civic participation deserve high praise. Congratulations, Ryan. Our third award goes to Matt Silk. Matt is the moving force behind ATX Hospital Meals. At the early height of the pandemic, Matt began raising funds to buy meals from local restaurants to feed our frontline healthcare workers. The organization has raised more than $80,000 and delivered nearly 7,500 meals to date, relieving 2 stress points for the greater community through Matt's thoughtfulness and ingenuity. Congratulations, Matt, and thank you for all you do for Rollingwood. Our fourth award goes to Tom Farrell. Tom is a real treasure for our city. He has served the Rollingwood community for decades, including 4 terms as mayor. And in 2020, he agreed to serve again by volunteering to chair the Comprehensive Plan Strike Force. Rollingwood is fortunate to have his wisdom, skillful, courteous leadership in this important endeavor for the city. Congratulations, Tom. And last, but far from least, our final award goes to Roseanne Ferraro. This year, we saw Roseanne step up and coordinate help for our elderly residents when COVID struck, from grocery and pharmacy deliveries to rides for appointments. Roseanne ensured others were safely cared for throughout the year, despite the impact of the pandemic for her personally. Roseanne has volunteered in multiple capacities over the years. She is a compassionate leader, and Rollingwood is better for all that she does. Congratulations, Roseanne, and thank you for all that you do for Rollingwood. Thank you again to all of our award winners for all that you do for this community. I hope everyone watching will join me in congratulating them. In the coming weeks, you'll see each of our award winners featured on the city website and social media channels. We hope the Spirit of Rollingwood Citizenship Awards can become an annual tradition, providing an opportunity to recognize the amazing people in our community for the next 65 years and beyond.
Thanks so much, Mayor. I love the idea of creating a new tradition for Rollingwood. Speaking of which, another amazing tradition our community is known for, of course, the men and women who volunteer their time, talent, and treasure to support the city. As Mayor Dyson mentioned, when sharing that brief history of Rollingwood, community service has been part of our city's culture since day one. I'd now love to invite my friend and president of the Rollingwood Women's Club, Marnie Fitzgerald, to share a few remarks.
Happy 65th birthday, City of Rollingwood. My name is Marnie Fitzgerald, and I am the current president of the Rollingwood Women's Club. And our organization is almost as old as you are. We were founded in July of 1958. So our history is entwined with the city's history from the very beginning. We have had decades of women living in this neighborhood, helping, volunteering, giving their time and effort to make this city one of the best places to live in Texas. And that is especially true today. Our mission is to promote friendship and to help with the beautification of our parks and public spaces. And even in this crazy year of COVID-19, I have personally seen our residents, neighbors, women, men come together and help those in need, whether it's a grocery store run or bringing food to the elderly in our neighborhood, or all of the porch visits, safely distanced, of course. It really has shown that our neighborhood and our residents have come together and are stronger together. I don't know what the future will bring, but I will say that the Rollingwood Women's Club will be here for the next 65 years, making this city the greatest place to live. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Marnie. In addition to the Rollingwood Women's Club, the Police Benevolent Foundation is critical to making our community what it is. I'd now like to invite board member of the Benevolent Foundation, John Eitel, to share a few remarks.
Happy 65th birthday, Rollingwood. My name is John Eitel, and our family has been a resident of our fine community for over 11 years. My wife, Marilee, and I really love and appreciate the friendships we've made living in a small community with an amazing quality of life. Positioned right next to downtown, Lady Bird Lake, the hike and bike trails, we truly have access to everything that's unique about Austin. I'm proud to say that our children grew up swimming as Rollingwood waves and playing on the sports fields at Hatley Park, as well as stand-up paddleboarding on Lady Bird Lake. I'm here on behalf of the Rollingwood Police Benevolence Foundation, which was founded to protect and serve the men and women that protect and serve our community. With our community's generous donations and support, we provide supplemental funding to the Rollingwood Police Department. This funding has been used to make essential improvements to the equipment that they use every day. It also provides ongoing training and supplemental financial support during medical leave situations that our officers may encounter. These things come up from time to time, and it gives me a lot of pride to be able to say that we've been able to help these officers in a time of need and let them know that we have their back when they need us the most. Every year we throw a special event that brings our community together for the cause, Police Navidad. I hope you've had a chance to attend in past, but if you haven't, I hope that you do get a chance to attend in the future. It truly is one of my favorite events in, Rollingwood. We all come together as neighbors, friends, and family, and have a potluck dinner. We get to do lots of fun things with the kids. We also have a silent disco, and it really is a great time for us to be, one as a community alongside our officers here. This year, in light of the current pandemic, we're going virtual with our fundraising efforts. Please consider making a donation to get your 2021 Rollingwood Police Benevolence Foundation sticker. I look forward to hosting you hopefully in a future Police Navidad event, but in the near term, please everybody stay safe, have a happy holidays, and happy birthday, Rollingwood.
Thank you, John. As Chief of Police here in Rollingwood, words cannot express how grateful I am to you and the Police Benevolent Foundation for your generosity. And my officers echo that sentiment. I've been in my role since 2019, and I can say with confidence there's no better place to work. You won't find a more generous and friendly citizenry than here in Rollingwood. And I remain humbled and privileged to serve the community alongside the outstanding officers and amazing city staff, day in, day out. And although I'm one of the newer members of the community, I look forward to serving Rollingwood for many years to come. I want to thank the mayor and Amber for hosting this virtual event and allowing me an opportunity to share my gratitude to the city of Rollingwood. Happy birthday, Rollingwood.
Thank you, Chief. We love having you as part of this community and our team. And thanks to John and Marnie for sharing those kind remarks as well. Tonight has been so special. We've celebrated the history of Rollingwood and our incredible community. Again, we wish we could have been together in person tonight, but we're so thankful that we could gather virtually. And we want to provide an opportunity for each of you to capture a photo that can serve as a special keepsake to mark this occasion. ATX Bubbles will have a festive balloon installation in the Rollingwood Park near the pavilion this Saturday, starting at 9:30 a.m., where we invite you to drop by as your schedules allow and take a socially distanced selfie with your families. Please share them on social media, tag your neighbors, and let us know what your birthday wishes are for our community this year. With that, I'll reintroduce local musicians and my friends, Phil Hurley and Carrie Kaler, for one more musical performance.
I'm so grateful that in a year that was so hard and difficult for so many, that I had the privilege to serve this community. And I look forward to continuing to serve you in the future. And we've got a couple songs for you today. When I'm really lucky, my fiance Phil, who is a Texas singer-songwriter, and I get to perform together, and we're going to do a couple songs for you today. The first one is one called Blue, that's especially resonant for both of us right now. I think you'll see why.
Look at
Beautiful.
Thank you. At the start of quarantine, we were home alone a lot and doing some recordings. And this next song is an old Linda Ronstadt song, kind of an obscure song off an obscure 80s record that we made our own. And it's called Mr. Radio. On a sunny day, when they carry the radio home, bringing him in off of the truck, and the dogs wouldn't leave us alone. Mr. Radio, come down here to keep us company. We listen in a room through the miles and miles of night, deep in the heart of the Bible Belt, in the golden radio light. Mr. Radio, come down here to keep us company. And it's hard days out in the field, the crows in the high treetop. If the man's away from his home all day, his chickens might fall to the fox. Mr. Radio, what can you do about that? Oh, and you can take me down to a river town where the citizens stand still down. Dance so close as to sit almost the way they carry on. Mr. Radio, come down here to keep us company. And it's miles of a careless touch of a tired hand in time. When evening fell, I heard a stranger sound, dreams that were never mine. Mr. Radio, come down here to keep us company. Mr. Radio, come down here to keep us company. Thanks, everyone. Happy holidays.
Well, thank you again to Carrie and Phil and to David Raymond for providing some amazing entertainment for us tonight. And thank you again to each of you for being part of the Rollingwood community and making it the incredible place it is. We're so glad you could tune in tonight. I look forward to seeing all of your photos this weekend and hearing about your wish for our city. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a happy and healthy holiday break. Happy birthday, Rollingwood.